Don't join everybody doing what they do. Your destiny is not their destiny. But look up here. I can assure you, some of you, when I say some things here, but you don't like it. Unfortunately, I'm not planning to change. Because, number one, this is not the only church. I'm not the only pastor. I'm not your first pastor. Some of you, if once you're angry today, tomorrow you choose another pastor. Well, I'm used to you. It makes you unstable. The only thing you're not able to change is the family you came from. With all the nonsense you face there, you can't change them. In your heart, you wish that Okonkwo was your father. But unfortunately, Adamu is your dad. They may pick him from the gutter on Saturday night or Sunday morning, but it's your father. You can't change. Me, I'm not your dad. That's why I've told you that I'm no longer your father. I'm your pastor. I'm your shepherd. I will tell you to look up here. 90% of people who travel abroad for food. Majority of the persons who travel abroad have left purpose. They went for survival. Listen, do you know that poor men don't relocate? They don't even understand. They are confused. Do you know why? Do you know what it takes to relocate? Do you know the cost? So they will gather that kind of money. Instead of investing it, they relocate. That's what slavery mentality does. He makes you always run away from what you are supposed to confront. Be careful. You know what that will do? You may be living fine, but out of purpose. Out of purpose. There are some who traveled out because it's the will of God. God spoke to them. God appeared to them. God came to them, made certain things happen to point to them. I'm not called to people who don't like what I say. I'm called to people who may not like it, but they need it. So if my preaching offends you, I may not be your pastor. I don't see a reason why you be forcing yourself to stay under a pastor that is not your pastor. You go to where they lie to you, where your eyes will be open at the age of 55. Then it will be too late. Now, the fault is not the fault of the young men who are traveling out and running away. The government has refused to make the environment conducive for the young great talents that we have. Why is the world calling and beckoning on our young people? Because of how creative and innovative a mindset God has given us. Because of the inspiration of creativity, of innovation. Greatness is locked up in our genes. They need us to survive. They need us to survive. And watch this. They came in those days and carried our fathers. After many years, they're not able to come again to carry them. They set up systems and beckon at us to come. What happened to our forefathers is happening now to us in another way. You come in, they call into some of these countries, they beckon at you and you come, and they make, one of my sons was telling me, he just woke up one day and saw $10,000 or whatever in his card. They just dropped it. Say, don't take it. Pay gradually. Hello. Credit card. That is, he can spend that money, but the money is not his. He spends it in advance. All of these things are measures put in place to make you want to go over there. I am saying to you that the fault is not totally your fault, but I'm saying that don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. Gradually now, most of you here don't know your villages, where you come from. Your kids may probably never go back to that village. After a while, your father's house will be desolate. There will be no uncle at home that you can relate to. Your sons don't know anybody in the village. After a while, you will be lost from your nativity, your original village, where you came from. There will be no connection to your family bloodline. Is somebody here I'm saying right now? Already a lot of us don't even know how to speak our dialect anymore. We fight each other now over grammatical errors. Like, why that tense no correct? No, it's not our language. Because Oyibo man will not struggle to speak Igbo. And then you will not be saying he will fail WAEC or fail anything because he didn't get it right. Am I right now? Now. But you, once your grammar is not correct, Oyibo will not deal with us. So we are the ones that we deal with ourselves. You don't get it now? The same white people that English language is their dialect. or their language. Some of them are still not good at speaking it. And we are here. They say you failed WAEC, you can't do medicine, that you didn't get English. Are you not seeing that there is a funnel that they've set in place as systems to bring us, to move us from our place of calling, of purpose, of assignment? God planted us here to build this nation. Stop being a coward. Stop running away. Stop running. You know what? After 30 years there, make one mistake, they will deport you. In case you are not, you think that because you relocated, you are fine for life. You don't understand. East or west, home is the best. I'm not saying don't travel. I'm saying don't travel as a coward. Don't travel as a coward. People are still in this country making it. Obi Kubana didn't travel. Kubana chief priest is still in Nigeria. Davido was abroad doing music. He came back home. Hello, sir. Otodela doesn't live in the US. Dangote doesn't live in Canada. Is somebody reasoning with me? Or are you getting angry? If you are offended, you are a slave. A slave spirit is inside you. That's why you're angry. Why do you want to run? I don't totally blame you. The government has no regard for the youth of this nation, for our strength, for our intelligence, our innovative and creative prowess. They have no regard for it. And so the things that are necessary to make this place conducive for these brains that this Western world are trying to harness, they want to leave Nigeria to become like a carcass. Over years, you don't know what is coming. Now we have Africans, Nigerians and Africans around the world who traveled abroad, and their kids now are switching, what do you call it now? Genders. They are, so can you imagine an Igala boy? Just let's use Igala. So an Igala boy comes down and says, I'm a female. And that's why I have a problem with the kind of Christianity we practice and the kind of teachings and whatever. You think that Christianity, especially when I hear women say, we are equal. It is not even in the Bible like that. Not to talk of our African culture. That Jesus came to save you. He didn't come to eliminate your culture. He didn't come to eliminate. It doesn't mean you should not become stupid. We are not white people. So you come to church, you see young boys, young girls have no regard for elders. In those days, somebody you never knew, an elder, sees you on the way and rebukes you. You bow down. Not your father, not your mother, is not related to you. Now you can't even do that. They'll flog you and send you home. You get back home and not be able to tell your parents why you were crying. You don't understand what I'm saying right now? Because once your parents heard about it, he will look for the man to go and thank the man after he has added his own. I'm not a pastor that will tolerate nonsense. If you are under me here, your brain is going to be well set. Are you hearing me? If you are not assigned to travel by God, don't do it. Make your money here. Go rest. Come back if you want. If you want to see the world, travel around the world and come back. If you relocate, many people who relocated not by God left the faith. Think about kingdom, your faith. Even though it's good to travel, think about many other things. Life is not all about living well, making money, chopping life and speaking grammar. There are homes right now, no peace because of pressure to travel. One of my daughters here, she's very uncomfortable now. I just saw her face because she's planning to travel. I'm not saying don't travel. Is that what I said? Be sure that traveling is part of God's will for your life. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Let's stay together here. Let's keep pushing. Let's keep praying. Let's trust God that God will fix our government. Are you hearing me? So you came out from school, there's no job, create a job. I've given you ideas here. How you can run an Okada business in a way, in a classy way, with complimentary card that people will be calling you. I've taught you many things here that you don't want to do. Even you, your eye is too big. You are a village, somebody from Ikom. You are trying to behave as if you came from Australia. What's wrong with you? So now your neighbor is speaking English that is not correct. You are mocking at him. Is he an Englishman? Let him switch to his language now. You see how effective he is. It's a slavery mentality. It's a slavery mentality. Let's deliberately refuse to be colonized the second time. Let's refuse it. Let me tell you what's happening here. So gradually, there are people there that are getting older and aging. They need the elderly to be cared for. All right? There are young children at your age bracket don't like doing such jobs. They will not wash the bum of the elderly. They will not brush their mouth. They will not, all of those stuff. So they are asking for black monkeys to come. So they ask you to come. They give you scholarship. And then you go to job. You go to work. Or they say, come in here. For 5 years, you are going to be rendering what they call care what? You are going to be a caregiver. Can you imagine? Your father is here. The man has stroke. You are not around to take care of him. You are going to take care of an old woman, old man, somebody that's not related to your life. For money. Look at it, for money. All these things for money. All these things for money. That is how we have left God and made mammon God. It's for money. One of my sons called me and said, sir, this job I'm doing here, I cannot do it at home. See, sometimes I look at him and say, but now he needs to survive. Are you offended? You are very intelligent. Don't let them harvest our young men with their intelligence. Don't fall a victim. Let's keep this brain here and try and build this nation. If you run away, who will fight for your children? Any father who is a coward is a father that will run away instead of confronting the enemies of his household and leave his children to come and fight the battle he ran away from. When will this war end? A generation should end it so that the next generation can come and do other things and take this nation to where it ought to be. Everybody's afraid to die, but everybody's going to die after all. Everybody's going to die after all. Sometimes it's even better to die early because you will not be around to see all the nonsense happening. It's the people that you left behind that will miss you. You'll be in joy. In case you are not aware, this death you are afraid of. The day you begin to see it like this, you will not be scared of death again. And once you stop being scared of death, death will just back out and back down. You are not a slave. Don't let a white man beckon on you and then you start running. Don't do that. Travel at your own time. Travel on your own terms. Make money and travel, not because somebody is giving you, going to make you a slave. And then, you know what happens when you come in as a caregiver? Until after the 5th year, you're not free. You're not free. You're not free. So when you are done after 5 years, you want to come into the system now to pick a job or build up your career. You have to now go and learn a skill, go and do certification courses and all of that to qualify to get a normal career job. What does that mean? 5 years. You have no life because they aided you to come. You'll be paying for it. I see a lot of them on the internet who ran away. They'll be insulting Nigeria, speaking grammar. They should come around. They should come around. Cowards who ran away. Don't join them. And if you are here, it's not your calling. Never feel inferior to anybody who ran away. Are you hearing me? Finally, no marriage should come under pressure because of abroad travel. No woman should put pressure on the husband. No husband should put pressure on the wife. No children should put pressure on their parents. Canada is not heaven. The US is not heaven. I'm not popular now. I need to close. So if all of you run out, who will take care of our fathers in their old age? Who will take care of them? So you say, I'll send money from abroad to somebody who can poison your parents so that they can take some of the things that you're sending home. Have you thought about it? A time may come, our villages will be no more. Our communities may be no more. Everybody is disconnected. Even witch doctors are now coming to the urban city. People no longer farm. No more agriculture. Our oil is gradually getting finished. Very soon there will be no need for petrol to drive cars. Are you aware? You guys are intelligent. You are very brilliant. I've never seen young men with brains like Nigerians. I can tell you the truth. They know it. That's why they are fetching us. That's what they are doing. That's why they are fetching us. Don't be a victim.